Okay guys, can you listen to my voice kah? Can you? Can? Alright. Okay, so the purpose of the online class, extra class today is that I actually want to teach you guys topic 5, which is 5.0 and 5.1, which the topic is linear programming and also absolute value equation and inequalities, because we didn't have enough time to explain this in the class last time. We focus more on the revision midterm, right? Okay, so for today I will teach you guys on both of the topic lah. I will try to finish around 12 if I can. If cannot, maybe we need to exceed a few minutes, maybe half an hour, the maximum time. Okay, alright, so yeah, I'll share the video. I'm sorry, I'll share the screen first. Okay, can you see the shared screen kah? Alright. Okay, the first topic that we will go through is absolute value. Absolute value equation and inequalities. Okay, for this topic, right, you need to know first what is absolute value. Okay, basically absolute value is a value, a number that is always positive. Doesn't matter it is a number, it is an equation or not, but it is a value that is positive, always positive. Okay, and then when we want to represent this value, right, we're gonna use a symbol of modulus, or which it is looks like a bar like this. Okay, anything that is inside this bar, the value will be positive. Okay, so let's say I give you an example. If I have 6, so when I have modulus 6 like this is what we call as absolute. So when we want to put the real the value, when we make it as absolute, it is actually 6, because the meaning of absolute value is always positive, the value. So let's say if I have negative 6 and then I put modulus, so the value will become 6 as well, because the value is always positive. Okay, let's say I give you example, because sometimes in equation, okay, inside this guy, inside the modulus just now, doesn't mean that it must be a number, it can be an equation as well. So let's say in the modulus that we have here, you have the variable x, and then this variable x, when we make it as absolute value, it is equal to 5. So what does it mean by this? So do we know what is the value of x? So basically the value of x here, the one that is inside this, it can be 5, it can be negative 5, because the value itself it can be always positive value, right? So inside this, it can be 5 or it can be negative 5. Also same when we have, let's say if we have x and then equal to 2, so here your value of x inside this, it can be 2 or negative 2, because we don't know right now what value is it. So that's why we assume it can be 2 or negative 2. Okay, doesn't matter lah if it is a very big number, also if it is a fraction, also we gonna consider that x can be positive value and x can be negative value inside the modulus. Okay, now we're gonna go through next one, which is absolute value equation. So for absolute value equation, when we set the word equation, it is actually equal to something something. We use the symbol equal. So Just like how I choose modulus x is equal to 2 just now. So let's say if your x, modulus x is equal to k. So basically you can separate these. X is equal to k, and another one, x is equal to negative k. So this is how you, if you want to find the value of x here, so it's either it can be k or negative k. Now let's say we go through one example inside your tutorial, which is 1b. They ask you to solve the, what is the question? 1b, they ask you to determine the value of x that satisfy the absolute value equation. So the question, it's not E, 1b, okay. So the equation that they give it to us is modulus 2x plus 3 equal to 8. So once we get this kind of question, right, first of all, what you need to do is, remember this step, we separate it with 2. Okay, so 2x plus 3 equal to 8, and then another one, 2x plus 3 equal to negative 8. So this question wants you to determine the value of x, which means you need to find the value of x. So what you need to do is move this guy to the right side. So 2x equal to 8 minus with 3, then x here 5, right? So 5 over 2. So that is one value of x. Now we will find another value of x for 2x plus 3 equal to negative 8 here. So 2x plus 3, you move 3 to the right side, you're going to get negative 8 minus 3, and then x, the answer will be equal to negative 11 over 2. Okay, up until here can understand kak? Alright, thank you for responding. Okay, now let's say if, okay, one of the example, if we have like this, 3 minus x, modulus 3 minus x is equal to negative 2. Can we solve this? Apparently, there is no solution for this kind of question. Why? If you see the answer here, is equal to negative 2, right? So when it is equal to negative 2, this is a negative value. So remember, we go back to our definition of absolute value. The value is always positive. So that's why when you have modulus like this and they ask you to solve, which is equal to negative value, negative 2 like this, there is no solution because this is not a positive value. Okay, you just put no solution if you have this kind of question. But I believe this kind of question will not be in your exam because this is basic knowledge of this topic. Okay, that's it for absolute value equation. Now we're going to go through absolute value inequalities. Remember, for equation, it is using the equal sign. Okay, now for the second one that you're going to learn is still absolute value, but it is inequalities. So inequalities means that you're going to involve solving the value of x which has absolute value that has the inequality sign, which is less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. So you're gonna use this symbol. It involves this symbol when you want to solve the value of x. Okay, now we have two cases, okay, which is less than and greater than. Okay, the first case that we have is when you have symbol less than, or you have symbol less than or less than equal to. Okay, so remember when you have another sign here, it is it means it is equal to. Okay, so when it is involved with these two signs, which is for less than or less than equal to, so when you want to solve it, you need to solve. Okay, I just show you the example terus lah. Okay, which is I will use the tutorial question for 2C. Okay, to C, the question is that modulus 2x minus 3 less than 6. So if you see the symbol here, the sign is less than, right? So we need to use this way to solve it. First of all, copy the thing that is inside the modulus just now. Copy exactly the same thing, 2x minus 3. And then, since this symbol is less than, what you need to do is put less than in front and then at the back. Okay, after that, if you see here, the value that we have at the right side is 6, right? So what you need to do is you put 6 here and then negative 6 here, like that. So let's say if you have 2x modulus, and then here you have maybe 5, okay, maybe 5. So what you need to do is you put 2x, negative sign, and then this 5 you put negative 5 and then 5, like that. So that is how you the first step to solve this. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to find the value of x here. Okay, it's either you want to do it one by one also can, or you want if you want to separate it also can, or you want to do straight with by solving in this, how should I say, in this inequality straight away also can. But usually what I do is I will separate it one by one. Okay, I separate this, I solve for the first time, and after I solve this one I will use this one. Okay, so I will separate this one first, negative 6 less than 2x minus 3, and then another one is 2x minus 3 less than 6. So I solve like this, separate one by one. Okay, and then the next one, what I need to do is I just need to find the value of x. So I move negative 3 to the right side, so I will get negative 6 plus 3 less than 2x, and then here I will get negative 3 and 2x, right? So x is less than negative 3 over 2. So in order to make sure that x is on the left side, so I just change the position, which is x greater than negative 3 over 2. So why the symbol is changing? Because the position of x here is moving to the left side, right? So when we change the position, the symbol must change as well. So this is one of your answer right now. Okay, now we're going to solve the second one here, 2x minus 3 less than 6. So here you move 3 to the right side, you're going to get 6 plus 3, which is equal to 9. Then you have 2x here, x is less than 9 over 2. So this is one of your answer as well. So now when you have these two, right, so what you need to do is you need to draw a straight line, and then you put all the values that you have here, which is the first one is negative 3 over 2, another one is 9 over 2. Okay, then what you need to do is this sign is less than, right? Less than, there is no equal sign. So if you see for the first one, it is negative 3 over 2, x is greater than negative 3 over 2. So on top of negative 3 over 2, you use a small circle, okay, without any black color inside. You just make it white inside, just draw a circle like this. Okay, and then if you see this is greater than, right? Okay, should be like this, greater than. Okay, another one that we have here is x 9 over 2, this way. And then it is, if you see here, less than, right? So it is pointing to the left side. So the one that is intersect this line, right, is between negative 3 over 2 and 9 over 2. So that's why your answer can be like this as well, x negative 3 over 2 less than 9 over 2. So it means that it's between negative 3 over 2 and 9 over 2. So you just need to find the intersection between this point that we have here. Okay, up until here can understand ka? Or is there anyone who confused? Alright, so sorry for making you guys wait. Okay, now I will proceed to the next one. Yeah. Okay, wait. Now, for the second example I want to show you is from question 3a, where for this one it is actually also using the first case, but we're going to use the symbol of less than equal to 4 minus 2x and then less than equal sign. So how can we solve this question? Also the same. It's just that the sign is a bit different. This time we have equal sign. Okay, so how to solve it? The same way. First of all, we copy the things that the equation that is inside the absolute value, the modulus. So you put 4 minus 2x, and then here the symbol is less than, right? Less than equal to. So here you put less than equal to. Must follow the equation law, the question that they give to you. So if they use less than, then you use less than. If they use less than or equal to, then must use less than or equal to. Okay, so you put here 10, and then at the left side you put negative 10, and then you separate this. You separate negative 10 less than 4 minus 2x, and then another one you separate 4 minus 2x less than 10. Okay, and then you solve. Solve how? Solve, just find the value of find the value of x. Okay, now what we're gonna do is move to x here, and less than 4 4 we're just gonna maintain, and then 10 we're gonna move to the right side. Okay, and then you will get 14x. You're gonna get equal to 14 over 2. Okay, 14 over 2, which is equal to 7. Okay, so your first x is less than equal to 7. Okay, for the second x, what you're gonna do is, first of all, you move 4 to the right side. Okay, you're gonna get 6, and then here we have negative 2x. So we're gonna divide negative 2 at the right side. So negative 2, right? If you see here, this is negative 2. When we want to move to the right side, we must divide, which is 6 divided by negative 2. Then here we have x, right? But the thing is, when we want to divide by a negative value, we need to change the sign here. Instead of less than, it will become greater than, because this is a negative value. So now what we need to do is just solve law. 6 divided by negative 2. So you're going to get 6 greater than negative 3. And now what you need to do is, of course you haven't finished yet, right? So you're going to use a straight line, and then you put the value of x that you have here, negative 3 and also 7. And then if you see this symbol, we have equal sign, right? So for the previous one, we use a circle like this. But when we have equal sign, or less than or equal to, or greater than equal to, you need to use a black dot like this. Like that. Okay, so here the first one is we have x less than or equal to 7, so it should pointing to the left. And then another one, we have x greater than negative 3, so it should pointing to the right. So where is the intersection? Inside this. So the answer is between negative 3 until 7. Okay, up until here can, right? It's just the same way, the same method to solve. The symbols are different, whether it has equal sign or not equal sign. Okay, okay, I proceed to the next case. So for this next case, it is for greater or greater equal to sign. Okay, for this one, I need to give you example first. Okay, okay, for example, x minus 3 greater 7. So how to solve this? Because this symbol is greater, right? So it's different from when it is less than, symbol less than. So first of all, is there anyone want to ask question, Kak? No one? Okay. Alright. So what you need to do is, the first step, you're gonna take the equation that is inside the modulus, you write 2 times. This is for greater than, yeah? Write 2 times like this. Okay, after that, the first one you put less than, the second one you put greater than. Okay, and then you see the value of 7 at the right side. For less than just now, you put negative 7. For greater than, you put 7. And then what you need to do is, here you just solve the value of x. So you move negative 3 to the right side. So x less than negative 7 plus with 3. So x less than negative 4. Now solve this one. X minus 3 greater than 7. So x greater than 7 plus 3. The answer will be x greater than 10. So once you finish like this, right, you have these 2 inequalities. So what you need to do is draw a straight line. So put all the value, negative 4 and also 10. And then the first one is x less than negative 4, right? This is less than, so we need to use a small circle like this. This less than negative 4, which means it is pointing to the left side. And then another one we have x greater than 10. So we put a small dot like this, because this is only symbol for greater than, right? So it's not equal to sign. So, and then it is greater than, so which means pointing to the right. So your answer is this one, no? Which is x greater than negative 4, x greater than 10. So just put all in between. So basically for this one, we cannot combine like the previous case, the first case, because for the first case, the symbol is less than, which is inside. For the second case, it is for greater sign. So that's why your answer become like this. Okay. Now we're going to go through the next example, which is for 3b. We have 2x plus 3 greater equal to 6. So just now we don't have greater sign, equal sign. This one we have equal sign. How are we going to solve it? The same thing. So the one that is inside, you copy 2 times. 2x plus 3, 2x plus 3. Okay, and then remember the second step, one we put less than equal to, another one greater than equal to. And then the value here, 6. For the less than, you put negative 6. For greater than, you put 6. Okay, now we're going to solve it. So find the value of x. So we're going to move 3 to the right side, lor. Negative 6 plus 3. So you're going to get negative 3 less than equal to 2x. So x, you're going to get negative 3 over 2. This is one value. So another value is 2x plus 3. Plus 3. You move to the right side, you're going to get 6 minus 3. Okay, and then here you're going to get equal to 3 divided by 2. So that's the answer. So this is your 2 answer, lah. And then you can draw your straight line here. So list out all the value of x that you have, which is negative 3 over 2 and 3 over 2. Now you can draw the dot. Okay, for this one is x less than less than equal, right? So less than equal. Okay, yes, Dylan. Okay. Alright, I proceed, yeah. Okay, when it is less, sorry, 9 over 3, which one, yeah? This one? Oh, yeah, low. Sorry. This is negative 3, right? Because this is positive. Okay. Thank you, Dylan. Negative 9. And the answer is negative 9 over 2. So, should be negative 9 over 2. Yeah, low. Thank you so much, Dylan, for pointing this out. Okay, now we proceed, yeah. So once this symbol is okay, if you see the symbol is less than equal to, right, so you need to use dot like this, and this is less than, so it must pointing to the left side. So what about x greater than equal 3 over 2? So you put a small dot, and then it's greater than, right, so pointing to the right. So your answer here will be the same thing here, x less than equal negative 9 over 2, or x less than x less than equal greater than equal to 3 over 2. So that is your answer. Okay. Okay, now I will proceed because I believe this for this one is easier lah, because if you see the value of x here, our equation that is inside the absolute value is a linear equation. We only have x to the power of 1, so easier for us to solve lah. But sometimes you're gonna see question that involve with quadratic equation, which mean that inside the modulus, you're going to see x squared plus with something, you need to solve it. Okay, so how to do that one? Okay, basically we have a method law to solve absolute value with quadratic equation. Okay, first of all, you need to know, because if you see here we draw, right, so basically for when you want to solve absolute value with quadratic equation, you must draw or sketch the graph. Okay, so the first thing you need to know is sketch the graph or sketch the intervals for the inequalities equation for quadratic. So basically, okay, for quadratic equation, remember the equation, we have ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0, right? So how to identify whether our graph is a smile graph or a set graph? Using what? Does anyone know how to identify whether it is a smile graph or it is a set graph? No one know? By using the value of a here. So let's say if the value of a here is greater than 0, so you're gonna have smile graph. So which is, later on you're gonna just draw a straight line like this, so you sketch like this, a smile graph, just sketch. Okay, the next one, how to know whether it is a set graph? When a is less than or equal to 0, so it will be set graph. Okay, so how to draw this? You draw a straight line and draw a set graph like this. So this is the first step when you want to draw. Okay, identify the shape of the graph first. Okay, so second step, so what you need to do is you need to determine the region where you need to shape. Is it inside? Is it outside? Or we call it a shaded interval also can. Okay, now let's say for the smile graph, when a is great, when a is greater than 0, it is a smile graph, right? Okay, so now how to know whether it is a smile graph? So sometimes they will give you equation lah. Okay, let's say quadratic equation. The example they give to you, ax square plus bx plus c less than 0. Okay, and then another one we have ax square plus bx plus c less than greater equal to 0. So for this case, this one I put case A lah. For case A here, how can we shade, or which part that we need to shade inside the smile graph? First of all, you identify this one first. So it is greater than 0, so you need to draw smile graph. Smile graph. And then now you want to know which one do you need to shade. So in order for you to know, to identify which part that you need to shade, you need to check the sign here. If it is less than or less than equal to, you need to shade inside. So where is the inside? Here. Okay, so at this part, when you sketch this graph, you must put the roots that you have. I just put R1 and R2. Okay, it is the same. Okay, if it is less than or less than equal to, so you need to shade inside. Okay, what about a case B? Yes, Dylan, you want to ask something, Kang? No way. Alright. Okay, I proceed. Yeah. For case B, when we have quadratic function, quadratic inequalities plus 8ax square plus bx greater than 0, or you have ax square, alright, it's okay, plus c greater equal to 0. So this one, first of all, because this is a smile graph, right, the value of a here is greater than 0, which means it is smile graph. So you draw first straight line, and then you draw a smile graph, and now you need to know which one that you need to shade. You should check based on the sign that you have here, which is greater than or greater than equal to. So when it is greater than, you need to shade outside based on the symbol here. So where is the outside? This part long. So R1, R2, which is the roots R1 and R2. So this is for smile graph. Okay, up until here can understand, ka? Alright. Okay, for the second one, which is when a is less than 0, where we're going to use a set graph. Okay, so when we use set graph, of course our graph will look like this, right? So first of all, if you have a quadratic inequalities, negative ax square plus bx plus c less than 0, negative ax square plus bx plus c less than equal to 0. So this one, first of all, we know that it is already a set graph based on the value of a, because a is negative right now. So you draw a straight line like this, draw a set graph, just sketch, okay? And then now if you see, right, this is a set graph. So when for set graph, so when you want to shade it for less than, if you see this is less than, right, so you must shade outside, because this will be a vice versa of a smile graph. Because smile graph is now when it is less than, we shade inside, right? For set graph, when it is less than, we shade outside. Where? Here. So we have our roots R1, R2. So based on set graph and also the inequality sign. Okay, so let's say you have another situation where you have quadratic ax square plus bx plus c greater than 0. and negative ax squared plus bx plus c greater equal to 0. So this one, first of all, we know already that this is a set graph, so we draw a straight line, sketch. Okay, sorry a bit saying it. Okay, draw like this, and now you want to know which area that you need to shape. So how? First of all, you check the sign. This is greater than sign, right? Greater than and greater than equal to sign. So what you need to do is you shape inside. So you put the roots R1 and R2. Understand? Okay, so this is for set graph, and the previous one that I showed to you is a smile graph. But usually we actually don't really use a set graph. So if the quadratic function is a negative or a set graph, the value of a is negative, and obviously you know that it is a set graph. So what you need to do is multiply the equation to make it positive. Okay, so let's say we have negative x squared plus with 2x minus with 3 less than 0, let's say. When we know already this is a set graph, right? So it's in case you confuse how to you confuse which one that you need to shape, right? So what you need to do is multiply all of this with negative value. Maybe multiply with negative 1 to just make it as positive again. Which one to make it positive? The value of a here. So negative x squared, you multiply with negative 1, you're going to get x squared. And then here negative 2x plus 3. And then the sign here, right, since we multiply with negative 1, so we need to change to positive sign. So positive greater than, it's not positive, we need to change to greater sign. So just change the sign. Okay, now what you need to do is up until here you factorize, and then you can use to shape the region, right? To shape the interval region, you can use the smile graph method. Okay, so basically you can just memorize for smile graph only, but you need to know when you have a negative value like this for the value of a, you need to multiply with negative 1 so that you can make it as a smile graph. Okay, but if you prefer to use set graph also, it's up to you, okay, doesn't matter, as long as you not confused which one to shape, then you are allowed to use. Okay, what about this concept? Can you understand? Alright, thank you. Okay, I will proceed to example 3D, which is we have x squared minus 6x minus 1 less than 6. Okay, first of all, if you see here, okay, we're going to follow case 1 and case 2 that we learned previous. Okay, which is, if you see, this is less than symbol, right? So when it is less than symbol, okay, what you need to do is copy the same thing here, the one that is inside the modulus, x squared minus 6x minus 1. And then you put less than symbol, put less than symbol. Here you put 6, this one you put negative 6. And then we're going to solve it separately. Okay, so we copy this one, negative 6 less than x squared minus 6x minus 1. And then we separate also the next one here. So x squared minus 6x minus 1 less than 6. Okay, now what you need to do is, since this is quadratic, right, we can factorize it. So what we're going to do is we're going to make this guy equal to 0. So move negative 6 to the right side, so you're going to get x squared minus 6x minus 1 plus 6. So you're going to get plus 5 here. So this is quadratic, right? So now what you need to do is, usually we put 0 at the right side. So I will move this guy, change the position like this. So once we change the position, of course the symbol must change as well. So the symbol will change to greater than. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I will factorize this guy. So this one you can just use calculator. X minus 1, x minus 5 after you factorize, and then get greater equal to 0. So now maybe you can put some notes at the right side card, Then here you just put the value of x that you're going to get from the factorization. Here is x is equal to 1 and x is equal to 5. And then you check also the value of a here for the quadratic function that we have. It is a greater than 0, right? Because the value of a is 1 here. So we have smile graph. And then also you check the sign, which is greater than sign, right? Like that. So now after you finish like this, what you need to do is we're gonna draw the quadratic function. Sorry, we're gonna sketch the graph. So this is a smile graph. And then we have greater than sign, which is greater than should be sketch outside. Okay, and then we have our roots, which is 1 and 5. So you put 1 here, you put 5. So once you finish this one, if you see that currently the shaded part is to the left and to the right. So the first one that you have here is x less than 1 because it is pointing to the left, right? And another one is x greater than 5. So this is for this part only. This is the first one. Now we're going to do for the second one. So for the second one, also the same method. Make sure this guy become equal to 0 first. Make sure the right side become 0. So x squared minus 6x minus 1 minus 5, you don't get negative 7 less than 0. After that, what you need to do is we can solve this by using factorization. So we will get x plus 1, x minus 7. So less than 0. So here you can make small notes. So x is equal to negative 1 and another one x is equal to 7. Okay, and then here at this part we can identify what type of graph is this, where we can shape it. So the first one, the value of a is positive, right? So smile graph. And then here we have less than sign, so which means we will shape inside. So you have you draw a straight line, draw a smile graph. Okay, and then here less than, right? So we're going to shape inside. Once we shape inside, okay, your roots you have negative 1 and 7. So of course negative 1 will be here, 7 will be here. Okay, now what we need to do is we put the value of x. We need to write the inequalities that we get from this graph, which is x is between negative 1 and 7. So you have two solutions right now. So what we need to do is the next step, we will combine both solutions. Okay, we will combine both solutions by using the interval that we have. This one, the straight line method. Okay, what you need to do now, list out all of the value that you have, which is the first one, negative, the value of x that you have, negative 1, and then you have 1, you have 5, you have 7. Where to get this negative 1, 1, 5 and 7 based on this value? 1, 5, negative 1 and 7. You just arrange it based on ascending order. Okay, and then here what we're going to do is we will draw by using this small circle that we do in the previous question, like this one. Okay, so the first equation inequalities that we have is x less than 1. So x less than 1, we draw a small circle because it is less than, so it will go pointing to the left. And then we have x greater than 5. So we have 5 here, put small dot, a small circle, and then pointing to the right. And the next one we have, it is between negative 1 until 7. Between negative 1, we'll put small dot, small circle, and 7. So it is between, kan? So it should be like this because it is inside. So now we need to find intersection. So the intersection is here, the one that intersect. So basically, your final solution or final value of x is between -1 until 1, and x is between 5, 7, like that. So this is the final answer. You clear here? Does anyone want to ask question? Oh, sorry, no one, eh? Okay, we proceed to the next example. So for 3f, this one, x squared minus 4x minus 21. Okay, and then it is greater than 39. Okay, for this question, first of all, remember the second case that we learned. You just copy the same thing that is inside this, x squared plus minus 4x minus 21. Copy 2 times. And then one symbol you put as negative, another one is positive. And then 39 here. For less than, you put negative 39. For greater than, you put 39, a positive value. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to make the right side, at this part we're going to make it as 0. Because we want to solve it as quadratic function, right? So we move to the left side, so x squared minus 4x, negative 21 plus with 39, we're going to get 18. So less than 0 here. So this is quadratic function, right? So we're going to try to use, we're going to solve it using factorization. But when you press calculator, right, you're not going to get answer. Okay, the reason is because when you do factorization using your calculator, you cannot get answer. It will give you a very weird answer. Maybe include the symbol of I. Okay, so that one is not a real value. So how we can show that this one does not have solution? By using b squared minus 4ac. So remember, the first in the topics of roots of polynomial, I teach you how you can identify whether that particular quadratic equation has solution, has 2 solutions, or has 1 solution, or has no real roots at all, by using b squared minus 4ac, right? So what you need to do is substitute the value of b, substitute value of a and c inside this formula, and you're going to get negative 4 squared minus 4 multiplied by 1 times with 18. Okay, the answer that you're going to get is negative 56. When the answer is negative value, right, which is less than 0, it means you have no solution. So basically, for this quadratic inequalities, you have no solution here. So just put it like this one for this part. Now we can continue to solve the second one here. X squared minus 4x minus 21. So you move 39 to the left side, so you're going to get x squared minus 4x minus 21 minus 39, you're going to get minus 60. Okay, next, here what we need to do is we're going to solve it using factorization, or if you using factorization, not easier. Okay, you're going to get x plus 6, okay, x minus 10. You can use calculator here. Okay, and then greater than 0. Now from this value that from the equation that you factorized just now, you actually know that one value of x is equal to negative 6, one value of x is equal to 10. And then based on quadratic equation here, the value of a is positive, you're going to get smile graph. And then the sign is here greater than, right? So you know already that this is smile graph, you could draw smile graph. And then the sign is greater than, so shade outside. And then we have roots, which is negative 6 and 10. You put negative 6 here, you put 10 here. So your answer is x pointing to the left, right? So less than negative 6 or x greater than 10 because it's pointing to the right. So that is how we solve this question. For 3F, you understand, Kak? Okay. Alright. I proceed to the next one, next example, where it involves two absolute value. Okay. Just now, the one that we solved from the first question is actually we have only one symbol of modulus. Okay, now we're going to solve the one that has more than one symbol of modulus, usually two lah. Okay. Okay, for using question 4b, okay, 4b we have modulus 5x plus 1 minus with modulus 3x plus 9 greater than 0. Okay, this one, what you need to do is, because this is negative sign, right, you can move 3x plus 9, you can move to the right side. So we have 5x plus 1, so greater than 3x plus 9. Okay, and then here, in order for you to solve, basically when you have modulus here, you cannot just simply solve like that, because if you see for the previous one, we separate, right, the value, but now left and right side, both of them has absolute value, so we cannot just remove them like that. Okay, so what we need to do is, you need to change this by using a square symbol. So we put 5x plus 1, put square symbol. So 5x plus 1, sorry, it's not 5x, sorry, this one 3x plus 9 square. You need to do it like that. Okay, so what if I have question like this, 2 multiplied by 5x plus 1 greater than 3x plus 9. So how are you going to solve this? So basically what you need to do is, all of this you're going to change with to the power of 2, including the value of 2 in front. So 2 square 5x plus 1 square greater than 3x plus 9 square. This one also you must square that value. Okay, you cannot leave it like that, you must square as well, because it's actually consists, you need to change it for the whole equation itself. Okay, so when you met this kind of question lah, okay, if you don't have any value in front of the absolute value, then no need. Okay, but if you have, you must. Okay, the next one after proceed is 1, what you need to do is, we will expand 5x plus 1 multiplied by 5x plus 1 greater than 3x plus 9. Okay, multiply 3x plus 9, because square value bar. So expand this one by 1, so you're gonna get 25x square plus with, okay, we have 10x plus with 1 greater than 9x square plus with 54x and 81. So when we want to solve this, right, we must make sure that we get 0 at the right side. We want to get 0 because this is quadratic function. Okay, so you move all of this term to the left side, so you will get 25x square minus with 9x square plus with 10x minus with 54x plus with 1 minus with 81 greater than 0. Now you solve this, so you will get 25x square minus 9x square, you're going to get 16x square. 10x minus with negative 54, sorry, 10x minus 54x, you're going to get equal to negative 44x, and minus with plus 1 minus 81, you're going to get negative 80 greater than 0. So if you see here 16, 44 and 80, basically if you want to simplify it, we can divide by 4. All of this divide by 4. So 16 you divide by 4, you're going to get 4x squared. 44 you divide by 4, 11x. 80 divided by 4, you're going to get 20. And then here, negative 0. Now, this is when you can use factorization. So when you use factorization, you're going to get 4x plus 5 and x minus 4 to the 0. So this is your value after you factorize. And then here, you just write a very small notes at the left side like that. Negative 5 over 4. And then another value of x is 4. This is roots that you have. And then we need to know also the information. Is it smile graph or set graph? Value of a is 4, right? A is 4, which is a greater than 0. So that's why we will get smile graph. Okay? And then here we have positive sign. Sorry, it's not positive. We have greater than sign. So when we have greater than sign, so it is shaded outside lah. So now you can just start to draw smile graph. Okay, after that here we have greater than sign, so shade outside. And then the roots that we have is negative 5 over 4 and 4. Okay, now this is your answer lah. The shaded part is x pointing to the left, so less than negative 5 over 4, or x pointing to the right, greater than 4. So that is how you solve this kind of question. Is there any question that you want me to explain or you want to ask? Why, Steven? Oh, can understand ka all of you? And okay, nice. Other than Natalie? Okay. So, do you want to take a rest before we continue to the next topic? Alright, we take a rest. Around 5 minutes like that lah. Okay? See you in 5 minutes. to continue now. We're still having a break. Okay. Okay, we continue. So for the next topic that we're going to learn, so we settled already on absolute value and inequalities, absolute value equation and inequalities. We settled already. Now we're going to go through the next topic, which is linear programming. Okay. So this one you can see kan? Okay, I think I share already. Okay, the next topic is linear programming. This one you must make sure you draw properly. That is the point of this one. Okay, you must draw properly. Okay, two things that you need to know, the main two things that you need to know when you want to draw is you need to know when you need to draw solid line. What is solid line? Like this. You use your ruler, solid line like this, which is does not have dash dash. That is solid line, just normal line. So when we're going to use this, when you have symbol that has equal sign. Okay, you see this sign here, it is represent equal sign, right? Okay, and also another one that you need to know is the dash line. So how we can draw the dash line? This. So this is a dash line. Okay, now this one, when you can use dash line is it is when you have sign greater than or less than. Okay, so let's say I give you example. What if this one? What if they give you equal sign? Is it solid line or dash line? What do you think? If I have equal sign, if equal sign, we need to use solid line or dash line? Anyone? Solid, correct. We can use solid. So equal sign also included inside the solid line. So you just need to know these two things, okay, when you want to draw. Okay, the next one is how to draw. Okay, let's say I give you an example, because for linear programming, right, it's not only we need to draw the line, we need to know also which part that we need to shape. Okay, so I give you an example, y less than 2x plus 4. So when you want to draw the line, right, first step is, this is the first step, yeah, you replace first the equal sign replace first the less than sign or greater than sign to equal, which is y equal to 2x plus 4. So what we need to do with this guy, we will draw this equation, y equal to 2x plus 4. Okay, we're going to draw this. This is a linear equation, right? So for linear equation, the first step when you want to draw is, first of all, you need to find two coordinates. Linear is a straight line. So draw coordinate. You need to find coordinate. How? Find when x is equal to 0. And then you substitute inside this equation y equal to 2x, which is we replace with the value of 0 just now, plus with 4. So what is the value of y? It is 4, right? So that means you have one coordinate here, 0 and 4. Now you need to find another coordinate, which is when y is equal to 0. So when y is equal to 0, what you need to do is substitute inside the equation that we have here. So y is equal to 0, equal to 2x plus 4. Now find the value of x. You move negative 2x equal to 4, x is equal to negative 2. So basically you have one coordinate here, negative 2, 0. Once you have these two coordinates, you can start to draw. So this one, use a proper ruler lah. Don't follow mine, yeah, because right now I cannot use a ruler. I cannot use a ruler right now. Okay, first of all, use a ruler and use a proper scale. Okay, usually if you use 1 cm here, then all of the scale you must use 1 cm. So 2, 4, 6, 8, and then here also 2, negative 2. This one. Okay, Kak. Okay, so this one, you just put the same scale as well. Okay, now what you need to do is we want to draw, right? So we have two coordinates, which is one is 0, 4. So where is 0, 4? Here. Another one is negative 2, 0. Where is negative 2, 0? Here. Now you have these 2 points. You take your ruler, you draw a straight line. So after you draw a straight line, so how to draw a straight line here? You must use your ruler. Just imagine mine is a proper line one. Okay. Okay. This is your line, but apparently kan, if you see here, what I draw is a solid line. Is this correct? No, because if you refer to our equation, our inequalities that we have, it is less than, right? So remember, when it is less than, we must use a dash line. So that's why what you need to do is, when you draw with your ruler, so you must include as well, just draw it straight away with dash line, like that. Okay, let's imagine it is a straight line. Gaslight your own brain that this is a straight line, huh? Okay, now you draw a dash line like this. So the second step is, okay, identify lah which one is the what type of line is it. So since it is less than, so we must use dash line. Okay, the third one is, we want to know which part to shade. Okay, either this area or either this area. So usually what you can do is, you can just use the arrow bar, left hand side or up and down. So if you see this symbol is less than, so you just use the less than area lor, which is this part. So this area, the left side area. But manually, in order for us to identify which area to draw, what you need to do is, we can identify by testing a point. Okay, which draw to shade, test using a point or test using a coordinate. Okay, coordinate that I want to take here is 0, 0. Normally we just gonna take the origin of 0, 0. Why? Later on we're gonna check if, when we check later on if it is true, right? So we're gonna shade this one. If it is false, we're gonna shade the area that does not have point 0, 0. So how? Okay, first of all, what you need to do is, because we want to use 0, 0 as our testing point or coordinate that we're going to test, right? So what you will do is, you will substitute 0, 0 just now, which is x and y is equal to 0 lah, to do testing on the equation itself. So we're going to substitute 0, 0 into left hand side and right hand side. So basically, what is this left hand side, right hand side? Our equation, we have y less than 2x plus 4, right? So basically this guy the left side we call it as left hand side. 2x plus 4 is our right side, so we call it as our right hand side. Okay, so we're going to test this with our left hand side and right hand side. Okay, so for this one, okay, if you see here, left hand side is y, right? So y, we substitute the value of y that we have here inside the point, which is 0 lah. So apparently y is equal to 0. Okay, now we have 2x plus 4, right? So we have 2x plus 4. So substitute the value of x inside this. So 2 multiplied by 0 plus 4. So you get equal to 4. So right now you get 0 for left hand side, and then for right hand side it is 4, right? Here 0 is less than 4, right? So you put 0 less than 4. Is it the same symbol as this guy? Less than also, right? So which means this statement is true. Okay, so which means here, since LHS, left hand side is less than our right hand side, because 0 less than 4, right? It follow the inequalities that we have, which is y less than 2x plus 4. So the area that we must shade is the area that has the testing point 0, 0. Because this is true, and follow the inequalities as well. So the area that we must shade is the area that has point 0, 0. So you shade this area. So that is how you do shading. Okay, you must use testing point. Yeah. So sometimes, instead of using manually like that, right? So what people like to do is they will use the arrow bar, up and down, or left and right. Up and down, left and right. So for a positive symbol, a greater than symbol, right, is when you see the area is, should I say this part? Because if I can show you, if this is greater than, right, so you can shape the upper part or the right part. If this is less than, right, you need to shade on the down part and the left part. So basically this is up, this is down. Okay, this is up, this is down, right? Then our symbol here is less than, so you need to shade at the down part, which is this area. So that is the easiest way to identify which region that you need to shade. But if you want to use it manually, in case you're not sure is this the correct region, I recommend you to use this one. Substitute this one is better than by using this one, because sometimes people might confuse. Okay, so what you need to do is take one testing point, which is 0, 0, and then substitute into the left hand side and the right hand side, and check the value after you substitute just now. Is it follow or not the original inequalities that we have? If it is follow, or if the one that we got here, it follows the original inequalities, so that means the area that you need to shade is the area that has the testing point. So based on our situation here is, because 0, 0 at this point, right, and then this is our line, so you must draw at the region that has the testing point. Okay, can follow up until here. Okay, is there anyone who want to ask question? No? Alright. Okay, I will proceed for the next question now. We're just going to test with another equation, which is y less than or equal to 3x minus 6. first step is, what we're going to do is we will draw y equal to 3x minus 6. So how to draw? Because this is linear, right? So we need to find the value of, we need to find two coordinates, which is when x is equal to 0, and then another one is when y is equal to 0. So when x is equal to 0, your y is equal to negative 6. Substitute x is equal to 0 inside this equation. So you get one coordinate here, which is 0 and negative 6. And then the next one you have when when y is equal to 0. So you substitute inside that formula just now, which is y is 0 equal to 3x minus 6. Then here you get 6 equal to 3x, x is equal to 2. So you get one coordinate, which is 2, 0. So you have two coordinate, right? Now we can draw the graph. So use your ruler. Use your ruler here. Okay, just imagine mine is a straight one now. Okay, then draw it by using the proper scale. So if each of them you want to use 1 cm, 1 cm, must make sure it is 1 cm. Okay. Okay, here we have x and then we have y. Now the first coordinate that we have is 0, negative 6. 0, negative 6 is here. Then 2, 0. 2, 0 is here. Now we can draw a straight line. So this straight line, is it a dashed line or solid line? If you see the symbol, we need to identify first, right? So second step is, what we need to do is just recognize or identify the sign first. Sign is less than, right? So we're going to use solid line. So you take your ruler. So what you need to do is connect these two lines. Imagine this is a straight line, yeah? Okay. Just imagine only lah. Okay. Now the next step is, what you need to do, we need to know which area we need to shade, right? Okay. Which area to shade. So what we can do, we will do testing on a point or coordinate. So what coordinate we're going to use? It's up to you actually, any coordinate, but it is easier if you use 0, 0. So you're going to use 0, 0, and then here we have equation, right? Y less than equal to 3x minus 6. Y is our left hand side, 3x minus 6 is our right hand side. So we will use point or coordinate 0, 0, which means our x is 0, our y is 0, and then we're gonna substitute this value inside left hand side and right hand side. So we substitute. Okay, left hand side is equal to y. Substitute y equal to 0, you get 0 here. Right hand side you have 3x minus 6, which is 3 multiplied by 0 minus 6. So the answer is negative 6, right? So the answer is negative 6. Okay. So here, when you combine that, you're gonna get 0 less than negative 6. Is this correct? 0 less than negative 6. What do you think? Is it true? 0 is less than equal to negative 6. Negative 6 should be, yes. Negative 6 should be less than equal to 0, right? So here, incorrect. It's not the same, right? 0 here is greater equal to negative 6. So since our left hand side is greater equal to right hand side, which does not follow the inequalities, of y less than 3x minus 6. So the area shaded will not be in the area that has point 0, 0. Not have point 0, 0. So it's not this area, it will be this area. Because inside this area region, we don't have the point 0, 0 that we use for testing just now. So that is how we actually find which region we can check. Actually, you don't need to write all this longer thingy lah. Maybe you can just show this part only lah. Left hand side equal to what, right hand side equal to what, and then terus shade it. Or if you want straight away to shade it, also can, doesn't matter. Okay, as long as you shade the correct part lah. Just make sure you substitute properly only. Okay. Okay, are you okay here? Alright. Okay, the next one is I want to actually show to you. I just want to use or solve one of the question in the tutorial. Here we are. Yeah, for linear programming here, right? If you see for the first question, show on a graph that the single region in which all of the following inequalities are true. If you see, we have more than one inequalities here. We have 4 right now. Okay, and then they ask us to determine the value of x and y that satisfy all of the inequalities that is given in A, which maximize x plus 3y. So what does it mean by this maximum and minimum right now? So for this kind of question, so this one if the topic linear programming will be inside your exam, that means this type of question will be inside your exam. They ask you to draw more than one inequalities, okay, and then shade the region. Okay, so for this one, we want to find the feasible region bounded by more than one equation. Okay, so for question 1 just now, question 1a, so basically they ask us to show on a graph the single region which all of the inequalities that we have, which is y greater equal 20, and then we have y less than equal x plus 28, then x plus y less than 100, and then 2x plus y greater than 100. Okay, this one we need to draw each of the graph here, just like how we draw one of our graph here. Okay, so luckily all of the graph that we have, the equation that they give to us is actually a linear graph, so easy for us to draw lah. Okay, so what we need to do is, first of all, we need to draw one by one. So usually what I will do is I will list out one by one. Okay, the first one is y equal to 20. Okay, second one is y equal to x plus 28. Okay, the third one is x plus y equal to 100. The fourth one is x plus y equal to 100. So we have 4 and 2x plus y equal to 100. Okay, so remember, when we want to draw a linear line, a linear graph, we need to find 2 coordinates. So each of these equation here, we need to find 2 coordinates. Okay, so the first one is y equal to 20. This one, do we need to find coordinate? No need lah. You just need to do a straight line, y equal to 20. So you need to find coordinate here. Okay, the next one is 2. 2, which is y equal to x plus 28. So how to find the coordinate? When x is equal to 0, so you're going to find the value of y is equal to 28. So here you get one coordinate, 0, 28. And now continue. When x is equal to 0, sorry, it's not x is equal to 0. When y is equal to 0, what value that you get for x? So you substitute, you're going to get x is equal to negative 28. So here you get one value of one coordinate, which is negative 28 and 0. Okay, now settle for second equation. We're going to proceed with the third equation, which is x plus y equal to 100. So what you need to do is you substitute when x is equal to 0, what is the value of y? So when you substitute 0 here, of course y is equal to 100, and then you get one coordinate, 0, 100. Now you substitute when y is equal to 0. So what is the value of x? So substitute 0 here, x is equal to 100. So you get another coordinate for the third equation, which is 100, 0. Easy, right? This is the repetitive step only. You just need to know, just memorize the step how to draw this. Okay, and then the fourth one that we have is 2x plus y equal to 100. So in order for us to find the coordinate when x is equal to 0, you're gonna get y is equal to 100. So coordinate is 0, 100. Now another coordinate when y is equal to 0, your x here, this is 0, right? Your x gonna be equal to 50. So you get 50, 0. So settle now. What you need to do is draw the graph. So the drawing is the hardest part lah, I would say. Okay, so you must use your ruler lah. Okay, so you draw this. Okay, and then x and y. So you must have a proper scale. I will use 20, 40. But takes time, yeah, this one. Negative 60 and so on so forth. Here we have 20. Okay, you must use the proper one, yeah. For me, okay, in exam, right? I think I remind you guys already lah. What you need to do is you use if you feel that you don't like to use empty space to draw, so I suggest you to bring your own graph paper. Okay, empty graph paper you bring, you can use that one. Easier lah for you guys. If you don't want, it's up to you also. You can just draw it on empty space like this lah. Just like, must make sure it is use a proper ruler and like that. But don't make it too small that we cannot see how did you draw your graph. That one is not allowed lah. I'm afraid you not gonna get marks lah. So don't use a very small line like that. Draw a small graph. Okay. Okay, now we're gonna draw one by one, yeah. Okay, first of all, we have the first equation is y equal to 20. So y equal to 20, and then if you see the symbol that we have for all of these is with equal sign, which means less than equal, greater than equal. Okay, so that means all of the graph that we have, all of the line that four line here by using solid line. So no need to worry to use dash line lah. All of them is solid. Okay, now I will use one color. Okay, for the first equation, which is y equal to 20, so the graph, the line will be like this, a straight line. Y is equal to 20. Like that. after you draw this, you must put y equal to 20. Put the equation like that. Okay, the next one we have is y equal to x plus 28. The coordinate is 0, 28 and negative 28, 0. So here I will use another color, 0, 28, 0, 28, 0, 28, maybe around here. And then another one we have negative 28, 0. So it should be around here. So I will use a straight ruler and then you draw a straight line. This one might take time, yeah. You might feel very sleepy also waiting for me to draw all of this, but still be patient with me, Sorry, I know you're sleepy and also raining outside. Also stressed draw this one. Let's imagine this is the correct one lah. Let's imagine, okay. But you must draw a proper one. Don't follow mine. Okay. Now this is for line y equal to x plus 28. Now the next one, we're going to use another color. Okay. The second, which is x plus y equal to 100, right? The point is 0, 100. So 0, 100 here. This one, 0, 100 here. Okay. And then 100, 0. So use this one now. Like that. Okay. And then the next one we have the last one is which one? Okay, last one is 2x plus y, where your equation here, okay. So 2x plus y equal to 100, the point is 0, 100 also here, and then another one is 50, 0, 50, 0 around here. So you draw like this. You need to draw for this so that you can understand. So you draw like this one. Okay, so this is for 2x plus y equal to 100. Now you finish drawing, right? So what you need to do is you can substitute 0, 0 into each of these inequalities. Okay, so you substitute 0, 0, the point 0, 0 here, the one that we have, 0, 0, this guy, 0, 0 here, right? Substitute inside left hand side and right hand side, left hand side, right hand side, left hand side, right hand side, left hand side, right hand side. So you're gonna find out which one that you can shade. Okay, so for 20 here, right, y equal to 20, the part, because this is y equal to 20, okay, the part that you need to shade, okay, this is y equal to 20, your 0, 0 is here. It's not upper region, the lower region, right? So basically when you substitute here, if you see currently your y is equal to 20, right? So which one that, okay, if you see here, y is greater than 20. So if you substitute y that you have for coordinate 0, y is 0, right? 0 is greater than 20 or not? 0 is greater than 20, right? So when it is greater, 0 is less than 20, right? So this is not true. So when this is not true, here we are. So when this is not true, not following the inequalities for y is equal to 20, so y is less than, greater than equal to 20, so your shaded area must be other than the part for 0, 0, the one that has coordinate 0, 0. So it's not lower boundary, it is upper boundary. So here I will put like this one. Instead of shading all, I'll just put 1. Any empty area here, I'll just put 1 for the first equation, and then 1, and then 1, 1, 1, 1. I put like this first because I don't want to shade If shade, it looks like very messy loh if I shade. Okay, now the next one, what I will do is I will test 0 0 with equation y less than equal to x plus 28. So apparently y is 0, right? And then x is 0 plus 28, you're going to get 28. So 0 is less than 28. True or false? True, right? So since this is true, 0 is less than 28, you must shade the area for inequalities of y equal to x plus 28, this one, the blue color one. Okay, you must shade the area that has coordinate 0 0, which is this area lah, all of this. So now I will label it with number 2. Okay, this area number 2, this area number 2, this area number 2, this area also number 2, this area 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 number 2. Okay, this area also number 2. I shade with like this first, easier bah. Okay, and then the next one we have the third inequalities, which is x plus y less than equal to 100. So I substitute 0 0 inside. So 0 plus 0, you're going to get 0, less than to 100. Is it true? 0 is less than 100? It is true. So find where is your line graph for x plus y. X plus y is the green one here bah. I forgot to put. Okay, the green one, x plus y equal to 100. So here, this is the third equation, right? So where is the 0 0 shaded area? Where is the coordinate 0 0? At this area, right? Okay, so since this is true or satisfy the inequalities that we have, so we need to shade the area that has coordinate 0 0. So we can label 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 as well, 3, this one is a 3, this one is a 3, so it's a 3 lah, 3, so it's a 3. Label like this first. Okay, the next one, the last one, which is 2x plus 4, which is the yellow line here. Okay, the left side here is actually the area that has point 0 0. The right side is the area that does not have area 0 0. So what you need to do is now substitute 2x plus with y. So you put 2 multiplied by 0 plus with 0 greater than 100. So 0 greater than 100, false, right? So since this is false, so basically you must shade the area does not have coordinate 0. So it's not this one, it's this part to the right. So we label with 4 4 4 4 4 4. Is there any more area? Maybe here lah, 4. Okay, now what you need to do is, so you settle find the area that must be shaded, right? So what you need to do is we must find the shaded region that is intersect for all 4 equations that we have here, for all inequalities. So how? Find the area, the one that we labeled just now, that has equation 1, equation 2, equation 3, equation 4. The one that we label 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Which region here that has all of the number? So if you see properly here, right? You see properly here, this one got 1, 2, 3, 4? No, right? This one got 1, 2, 3, 4? No also. This one also no 1, 2, 3, 4. This one 1, 2, 3, 4. We have all of the equation just now we label, right? So that means this part is your shaded region. Then you shade it like this, like that. So you're done. Okay, and then you can remove again lah, all the label that you do here to make it cleaner lah. Okay, not messy. Okay, so this is how you do. Can you understand this part ka? How we actually can, ayo, undo, cannot undo again. All the way from I mistakenly delete this part lah. Okay. Is there anyone who want to ask question? Or cannot understand how to draw? No can follow. Alright. Okay, the next one. Okay, inside your question, right? So, they ask you determine the value of x that satisfy the inequalities that is given. Okay, determine the value of x and y. They want you to find the value of x and y. Find x and y that satisfies the satisfy the all inequalities. So what does it mean by satisfy all of the inequalities? Which means you have the shaded region here, right? What you need to do is you need to find the point at the vertex here, each of the vertex. You need to find the point. How? Okay, first of all, you need to find the intersection here. If you see the line that is involved in this point, which is point A, the line that is involved is yellow one and also a purple, right? So apparently you already have the value of y, which is 20. Okay, now how to find the value of x? Just substitute inside formula 2x plus y equal to 100, and then you pusing, so 2x plus y equal to 100, and then your y is equal to 20, right? So here you find the value of x, where you're gonna get x is equal to, I believe you're gonna get x is equal to 100 80 divided by 2, so x is equal to 40, so you get 40 here. Okay, and then we have point B, this point. First of all, you already know what is the value of y, which is 20 here, right? Because it involves line purple and line green. Okay, so for line green, in order for you to find the value of x, use the equation inside line green, which is x plus y equal to 100. So x, when y is 20, so your x is equal to 80. So here you get 80, 20. Okay, the next one you need to find is this one and this one. Okay, we're gonna find C first, vertex C here. So how to find vertex C? Apparently this involves a blue line and also a green line, which is, for blue line is y equal to x plus 28, and then another one is a green line, we have x plus y equal to 100. So what you can do here is you can use simultaneous equation, or saving time, you can use a calculator, which is here. Okay, so you change this, y equal to 28, we change as the form of simultaneous, which is negative x plus with y equal to 28. Okay, involve blue color and also green color here. Use your calculator. You have your calculator, right? Okay, go to your calculator. You're gonna have you have the features to solve simultaneous equation. Okay, go to mode, I think, because my calculator is different as you guys, so you need to check again with your calculator. Okay, so you put the value of x here, we have -1. Okay, this one, the value of first x is negative 1, y is 1, and then c is 28. Then x we have 1, y equal to 1, c we have 100. So they give you point of x equal to 36, 36x, and another one is 64. By using calculator, you can get this value. And then if we want to find the point D here, which involve the yellow line and also the blue line, the equation that we have is negative x plus y equal to 28, and the yellow one is 2x plus y equal to 100. So this one you can use calculator as well. So negative 1 plus 1 equal to 28. 2 plus 1, 2x plus 1 plus 1y equal to 100. Okay, so your value of, let me check in case I mistakenly input negative y. Okay, so your value of x here is, for vertex D, is 2452. Yes, 2452. So this is all of your coordinate that you have. Now, based on the question, if you see, based on the question inside your tutorial, they ask you to determine the value. So you determine already that satisfy the inequalities that is given. So using the vertex that we find just now, the 4 points that we have, and then they ask us which of the coordinate that we have maximize x plus 3y. Okay, so here you go back, and then this one we list out all of the point that we have. Okay, which is the first one is, what was it this one? I forgot already. 40 and 20. Okay, second one we have 80 and 20. The third one we have 36 and 64. The last one we have 24 and 52. Okay, what you need to do is they ask us which one that satisfy, or which one that maximize x plus 3y. So we have x already, we have y, we have x and y, x and y, x and y. So substitute inside this equation. So substitute 40 plus with 3 multiplied by 20, you're going to get equal to 100. And then here x plus 3y also, substitute x is equal to 80 plus with 3 multiplied by 20, you're going to get equal to 140. And then another one, you have x plus 3y as well, because they want us to maximize this equation. So substitute x, which is equal to the 6 plus with 3, y which is 64. This one calculate, use calculator. Let me just 36 plus 3, 64, equal to 228. And then another one, we have x plus 3y using the same equation. Substitute 24 plus with 3 multiplied by 52, which is you're going to get equal to 180. So the question asks you that which one that maximize, which point maximize x plus 3y. Okay, which one maximize? How to know maximize? Maximize means the highest value. Correct, good job. So this one that is maximized. So this is the maximum value. So which point that maximize the maximum the equation? Point x is equal to 36 and y equal to 64. Maximize the equation x plus 3y. So that's it. That is how you answer this question. Also the same for your revision question, also like this. You just need to know, you need to find out which one is the point or the vertex, that the point at the vertex here. Okay, so So apparently if you already have value of x or y, so you just simply need to substitute inside the value of, you just need to simply substitute inside the any equation that is intercept in that particular line, that is involved in that particular point here. But now if you don't have any point, just like for line blue and green here, so you don't have any point either y or x, right? So you just straight away use simultaneous equation, and this simultaneous equation you can use calculators to solve it. Also the same for line green and blue here, right? So because we don't have any value of x, we don't have any value of y to substitute inside any equation, you straight away use simultaneous equation, use your calculator, you get the coordinates straight away, like that. So this is a simplest, okay, the simplest method for you to use now. Okay, that's it. Is there any question that you want to ask, or you want me to help you do ka? No, eh? Or other topics you want me to help you? Or any revision question that you want me to help you also? No? Miss, can you explain the shaded part again? I'm still confused. Okay. For the shaded part, is it the Dylan, is the shaded part just now? Oh, okay. Can we go through question 3 tutorial? For linear programming, is it? Okay, wait ah. Okay, for question 3. Wait ah, let me check first. Okay, for question 3, they give you, okay, this kind of question you also need to extract the information bar. Okay, the National Business Machine Corporation manufacture 2 model of fax machine, which is A and B, and each model costs 200, and each model A costs 200, each model B costs 300. Then profit are 25 for A, profit for model B is 40. So the total number of fax machine demand per month does not exceed 2,500 unit, and the company has earmarked not more than 600 per month for manufacturing. So use X as the number of model A, use Y for model B, and write down all of the constraints. So when they ask us to write down all of the constraints, like, which means we need to write the linear inequalities that we get from the equation here. Okay, we need to write down, we need to extract it. Okay, now okay, for the first one here we have line. Okay, when they tell you that, if you see, we have model A and model B bar. Yeah. Okay, so we use first model A. Oh, I think kan this one My schema is not with me right now. Can I record a video for you guys to show for this part kah? Can kah? Yeah, I think better I record this one and then show to you. Okay? Because I'm afraid kalau if I explain right now, because I didn't go through this question yet also. And then if I can follow up with question 4 also. Question 4, you want me to record question 4 as well lah? Okay, I try. Are you okay with that? Alright. Okay, sure. I can record this one. So, what about other topics? Is it okay with you guys? Recording better since we can. Correct. Lecture 4, it is related to integration, right? Why do you want to know about integration? Area under curve, you must know how to draw. I don't really understand the topic. What about integration? Do you know how to do the integration? Or integration can, it's just that, is it related to area under curve, right? That one. Okay, for area under curve. Okay, area under curve. So basically, of course here, I won't go through the integration, right? I believe that you guys already know what is integration when I'm explaining this one. So for area under curve, so before you understand, before you learn how to solve area under curve, you need to know first everything that you integrate, which is any function here. When you do integration, and then it has domain, or it has the interval. Let's say we have value of a and b here. So when you integrate this one, right? So you get fx, and then here you put a and b, right? And then you solve it, you get fb minus with fa. So you get answer here. Maybe later after you finish do integration, you get equal to 200, let's say. So what does it mean by this value of 200? It is actually area under curve. So that's why we put it as unit square. So what does it mean by area under curve? Any equation that we integrate, which is, when they ask us to integrate x square dx starting from 0 to 1. So what does it mean? They want us to find the area for this equation. This is x square, right? So when this is x square, in our graph, let's say this is x, this is y-axis. So when we draw this graph, you're going to draw for x square, basically you're going to get like this bar for x square. Okay? And then when they said that you need to solve this, and then when you get any value here later on, after you calculate, you do the integration. So what does it mean by area under curve? So starting from domain 0, which is 0 is here, right, until 1, let's say this is 1, let's say this is 1. So, okay, starting 0 until 1, starting from this interval until this interval, the one that is shaded until the x-axis is actually area under the curve. Just like how we find the area of a triangle, just like how we find the area of a circle, just like how we find the area of a square. So basically, let's say here you get the value of 5 lah. Let's say this is just example 5 units square, let's say. This value of 5 is the size of the value of area that is shaded under the curve. Okay, can follow here ka? Any understand now? This one. So other than quadratic, let's say if you have a linear graph, and then you have domain A, which is 0 until B. So basically, where is the area under curve? This one. This shaded area is the area under curve. Let's say once you calculate, you get equal to 200 units square lah. Let's say 200 units square. So this value for this area is 200 units square. It's the area itself. Okay, and then now when you want to solve it, okay, that one, how should I say? It is actually, if involve one equation like this, easier for you to solve. You just need to integrate, and then you just need to find the value of area itself. Just do integration law. Simply say. Now, what if you need to solve area between two curves? Okay, I give you an example. Let's say if I have a trapezium here, or a square with a rectangle with triangle here. Okay, so I want to know this area, only this one. So apparently I have the area of trapezium, because this is also considered as trapezium, right? And then I have a triangle, but I want to know the shaded area only. Sorry, salah sekejap. I don't think I will use this one. I will just use normal example that I have. Okay, let's say if I have a square here, inside I have a circle. So if I want to know the shaded, right? So basically what I need to do is I need to find the area of square here, minus with area of circle, so that I can get the shaded part only, because we're gonna remove the circle part inside, so that we can get the shaded part. Also the same for area between two curves. You need to know which one minus which one. Okay, so when it is involved area between two curves, right? So what you need to know is you need to know which part that is supposed to be shaded. Okay, so I give you an example. Let's say if you have when we have graph like this one, let me find them. Okay, let's say if you have this one, graph like this, a quadratic and also a linear. Okay, this is quadratic, which I put as y1, and then linear I put y2, and then I want to know the shaded area here. So how? Which one minus which one? So first of all, our domain is A until B. So basically when you have these two graph, right, it is actually divided like this. It consists of one, it is linear just now, which is linear A until B. The shape will be like this lah. If this is A, if this is B, this is the linear, which is y2, and then another one we have a quadratic. So for quadratic, right, so when you have a domain A until B, so basically your shaded area will be like this lah. This one. Okay, so this is your shaded area. Okay, so let me draw properly. Okay, so currently what you want to know is, you want to know, can you explain? Okay, can. So you want to know this part. So how lah if you want to know this part, the shaded area only? So you have this area already, you also have this area for quadratic when you integrate. So in order for you to know the shaded area here, you just need to take the linear one, which is y2 minus with y1. So that is how y2 minus with y1, and then you integrate it, and then with the domain of a until b, then you get the answer, and then the answer that you get here is actually the shaded part here, just like how you get the shaded part of square and circle here, because you minus square minus with circle, right? And then you get the shaded area. So for this one, you take the linear one, the area of linear one, all of this one minus with this part. So the one that is left is this one only, right? So that is the value of this one. And you can understand right at this part. Or you want me to show example? Can you understand the how we actually find the shaded part? Okay, so what about to solve this guy? You can do it, right? To solve y2 minus y1 and then do the integration. Okay, then that's good. Okay. Natalie just now, let me check on Natalie asked what. Revision 1, question 8. Wait. Revision 1, question 8. I need to find first. Oh, okay. Okay, how should I think I need to do like this. Click here. Oh, 10 more minutes, I cannot go exceed more than. Okay, so for question 8, division for midterm 1, this one, right, Natalie? Given a curve y equal to x square minus 4 and a straight line y equal to x minus 2, sketch on the same coordinate of x this, the curve and the straight line. Okay. So here what you need to do is, first of all, they ask you to sketch. So basically, in order for you to sketch, of course you need to identify first lah. Okay, for this one, we have a quadratic. So y x square minus 4. So how to draw? Remember, we let y equal to 0, right? To find the x coordinate first. So you're gonna get the value of you're gonna get the formula here, equation here, x square minus 4 equal to 0. So x square equal to 4, and x will become plus minus square root 4. So you will get equal to plus minus 2. So your value of x is 1 is 2, another one is negative 2. So which means, if you see the value of the quadratic function here, the value of a is positive, right? 1. So x square, right? Positive. So you're going to have a smile graph here. And then it will look like this. You have roots negative 2 and 2. So since this is a symmetric graph, right, which we don't have x to the power of 1, we don't have. So basically it is symmetry, and then this guy is your y-intercept. What should we call it? As the minimum point. Okay? Minimum point. Yes, minimum point. our C, which is we get -4. So this is what x squared minus 4 will look like in the graph later on. Okay, and then now we're going to draw straight line y equal to x minus 2. So this one, because this is a linear graph, right? So let y equal to 0. You get x is equal to 2. So you get one coordinate 2 and 0. And then let x is equal to 0. Y you're going to get equal to -2. So you get 0, -2. So your graph later on become like this, sort of like this. 2, 0 should be here. 0, -2 should be here. Sort of like this, your graph. So they ask you to sketch on the same axis, which mean on the same, when they said same coordinate axis, you must make sure that it is you using the correct scale, okay? So you draw, okay, x and with y, and here I have 2, then -2, and here -4, okay, and then we have -2 here. Okay, now we will draw the quadratic first, which is quadratic is a symmetric, right? Symmetric axis. So we draw a small graph like that. Just imagine that this is proper one, okay? And then the next one is a linear graph, which is 2, 0 and negative. Sorry, 2, 0 and 0 negative. So like this. Okay, so how to know which one that we need to shade it? This part, the small part here. Okay, understand? So now, which one that we need to minus with what? Okay, is it linear first minus with quadratic, or quadratic minus with linear? So here I just put y1 for quadratic, y2 for linear. So what I'm going to do is, here is that, okay, our shaded region is now starting from here, here, right, the intersection point until here. So we will find the area later on of this function is either y2 minus y1 or y1 minus y2. Okay, don't know which one for now. I just put y1 minus y2 first. Okay, and then the domain will be here, A or B, A and B. This one A until B, because the one that is involved is here and here. Okay, so we want to know n at A and B first by using what? We need to find the intersection points. So how to find intersection point? You can use the equation that we have here. So find intersection point first. These two intersection points. How? X squared minus 4 equal to x minus 2. Why? Because both of them is y. Y equal to something, y equal to something, right? Which means both of them are equal to each other. So x squared minus 4 equal to x minus 2. Then you move this one, you can get x squared minus x minus 2. Move to the left side. Okay, you get a quadratic, which is x squared minus x minus 2. Then you factorize x plus 1, x minus 2 equal to 0. Then here you get the value of x equal to 1, negative 1, and another x is equal to what? 2, right? So now you have value of x is equal to negative 1, value of x is equal to negative 2. Now what you can do is substitute in any equation that you have here lah. So easy, just substitute inside the linear equation. So when x is equal to negative 1, your y is x minus 2, right? So substitute lah inside this. So the answer is here negative 3. So you get the intersection point, which is negative 1 and negative 3. And then another one is when x is equal to 2. So we have y equal to x minus 2, and then substitute 2 inside this, you get equal to 0. So you get another coordinate which is 2, 0. Now you're done for question B, where they ask you to determine the coordinate of their points of intersection here. Like that. So this point of intersection is the one that you can find the value of A and B. So which one? Is it y or x? It is the value of x, because x has this, right? So negative 1 until 2. Okay, so this will be your A will be your negative 1, B will be your value of 2. Okay, now we want to know which quadratic, which one minus which one. So from this image here, from the one that we sketch, okay, I sketch again lah. Okay, yeah, I sketch again. Okay, like this, and then we have something like this. We want to know this area, right? So basically this is our y2, this is our y1. So this is your x-axis, yeah? This is your y-axis. So what we need to do is we will separate this first into two pictures, which is into two graph, one by one. We do quadratic and then we do linear. Okay? For quadratic, it is like this, right? So this is your x-axis. So where you can shade it actually? At this area. Why this area? Because this area is towards, you need to shade it towards the x-axis. So if you have something like this, so your shaded part should be towards the x-axis. This one. If you have something like this, your shaded part should be towards the x-axis. So let's say if you have quadratic like this, so your shaded area should be towards the x-axis. So for our case here, it is using this one lah, which is towards the x-axis. So this is your shaded area for quadratic. Okay, now we're going to do for linear, which is you have straight line like this, huh? So where is your shaded area? It must be towards the quadratic lah. It must be towards the x-axis. This part. So we have A until A is equal to negative 1 just now. Then another one we have 2, right? This one, A is equal to negative 1, we have 2. So we have like this, and also we have this one. So in order for us to know this area, how lah? In order for us to know this area, this is your y1, this is your y2. So to know this one, to know the shaded area, y1 must minus this big one, must minus with the linear area here, then you can get this part, right? So that's why y1 will minus with y2. So this is your this is what you're going to integrate later on, which is A is equal to negative 1, B is equal to 2. So when you do integration, salah. Should be linear minus 3. this one, why? Supposedly y1 minus y2. Oh. Okay, if based on the marking scheme, right, it's supposed to be the linear minus with the must minus with the quadratic like this. I square minus 4 dx. Okay, this one I think I need to get clarification first lah, in case I explain to you guys incorrectly. So I think up until here you can solve on your own law and then do the integration on your own this one. Okay. So now we just solve question A and B only. So question C I KIV first, and after I get clarification with Mr. Jameson, I inform you guys how. Can ka? Alright. I might as well be confused also. So sorry for making you more confused, but for question 1 and 2, just do it like this lah. Okay. Is there any other question? Dah 30 already. No, nothing kat air. Oh, sleepy okay. Alright. Okay, see you. Thank you so much for coming to the class. Okay, bye bye. See you. I will upload as soon as possible in my Padlet page. Okay, thank you. Bye. Bye.